Hey guys, what's going on? David here with Core Confidence. Excited to talk to you today about this topic of 3 secret traits of men who have become irresistible to women, even though before they had zero mojo with this stuff, okay? Before they learned how to become irresistible. And, right, these are guys that had no women going on, obviously, no women being attractive to them. Some of them had little to no confidence in themselves when it came to engaging with the women that they desired, even socially. These guys had no mojo, no vibe, no swagger. So they were always put in the friend zone. If they were able to talk to women, had the confidence, they just didn't have the vibe. And things turned around pretty quickly for all of these guys, some within weeks, some within months, but the guys that I'm speaking of all turned this around, okay, very quickly. So, comment below if you identify with any of these. No women, or not the women that you want, no confidence, no vibe, all these types of things. Just drop a comment below. I'd like to see if you resonate, or if, that's where you're at, because this video is meant to help you with that exactly. So who are these guys? Well, these guys, just like you and I, in terms of, they did have their career and business on lockdown, doing pretty well in that. Other than that, though, not other than that, that's part of, being a successful man in this world, right? Taking care of your orders of your career, your family, your friends as much as possible. But they're normal guys, average guys like you and I, right? And so, but they all had, these serious issues. Likable guys deep down at the core. Some guys more awkward than others when it came to being social, quite frankly. But all good-hearted, good individuals who want to, give to the world, basically, but may not know how to do that. And certainly in the world of women, they just didn't have the other stuff going on. But, fundamentally had it together in other areas of life. They weren't D-bags, they weren't asking for handouts or begging, please, playing victim, right, to their lives. That's why they reached out for help. They knew that they're still responsible ultimately for the results in their lives, that's why a guy reaches out to me. They're not reaching out to go, please, save me, because they know that approach doesn't work, because they've had a certain amount of success in other areas of life, right? Because they're successful professionally on the business side of things, they know that they didn't get to where they were by going, please, just give me a promotion. Please, just become my client. Please. No, they didn't do that. It doesn't work that way, right? And so they know that they needed to really step their game up and do something drastically different. Because what we're talking about here, right, is going from very little to no mojo or interest from women to really becoming this irresistible man, as I now talk about it. And these are guys that some of them are still seeing multiple women, and others have found their perfect relationship, okay? It's incredible to watch these guys and have watched their transformation, to have been a part of it, to help and to still keep in touch with them, because it's just, and I love seeing that they're getting what they want and still living that out in more ways than one, okay? So if you can relate to, I'm this guy too, got success going on in my career biz, other areas of life, but just struggling here. But I've got a good heart. I've got good intentions with women. I'm not trying to be a douchebag. I'm not trying to use and abuse women. I'm trying to either openly, honestly, and authentically date multiple women because I want to have some fun, but I don't want to be a jerk about it. And I want the right, you want the right relationship with your perfect 10, your version of perfect 10. So what are these 3 traits? Well, number 1, these hidden secret key traits here. Number 1 is they were decisively committed, okay? Decisively committed. What does that mean? Well, they made a decision that they're not going to look back and go on the path to really handle and sort things out in their love lives forevermore with women, okay? And because of that, they're able to make rapid decisions on what's working, what's not, and to move forward with that once that's identified, okay, and with the right information, of course, the right guidance. So they're decisively committed. And another way to look at it is, adjust my back here, weights, burning the boats. They're deciding to become, they already were, or they have this capacity, but to burn the boats and not look back. I'm not going to look back on my old dating history, and I'm not going to look back at my excuses and complaints. I'm going to move forward, commit entirely to the process of becoming the irresistible man, because that's honestly the best way to do it. That gives you the best chances, is to become this type of guy. Your version of it's got to be authentic, but become this type of guy, okay? Because if you're not going to be do that, then you're going to just be like every other guy. And then if you want to have this amazing experience with women, by the way, and give her an amazing experience, and then she'll want to give you an amazing experience back, you got to commit to this path. And that's what these guys did. And yeah, listen, they are human like you and I. And especially me, they had times of hesitation. They had times where they doubted themselves, but they always went back to being, I'm committed to this, and I'm going to make decisions rapidly and quickly to iterate through what's working, what's not working on the path to really embodying and learning this stuff, to become this guy, okay? So that's the first trait, decisively committed. And is that something that you vibe with? Are you decisively committed, or do you need to be more of that, right? Because this video's stream is meant to help and inspire you to embody these traits, because this is what you need. These are baseline things, guys. Okay, if you want to have this ultimate ideal love life, attract women like this, become what I call the irresistible man, which is, there's that X factor about you that draws people to you, quite frankly, not just women. It definitely draws women to you, but it draws people to you in a way that is, they can't put their finger on it. But as I like to say, guys want to be you, women want to be with you. Women want to be with you, and men want to be you. Oh, this guy is so cool. He's so amazing, right? So awesome. I want to hang out with this guy. I want to absorb that. I want to pick this up. I hope just by hanging out, it'll rub off on me. And the women, the same thing. Although the women, it's going to be more intimate, right? They're going to want to do other things with you. And they're going to want to make you their man, okay? So the first one, of course, decisively committed, or decisive commitment, okay? The second is highly super duper coachable, okay? Mentorable, but coachable sounds better. They're super open to new ways and to do things, because they know their old ways of doing things or their current ways, when they had no mojo and no confidence and no swagger and 100% friend zone, 0% intimate connection, physical, emotional, spiritual, with awesome women and all that. Yeah, and so they were wide open, right, to hearing what to do next. Now, of course, I cover in depth what to do in my Attraction on Command masterclass. And it's now an on-demand video workshop. So you can go to coreofconfidence.com/attraction, and you can watch that workshop there. And I encourage you to do that. coreofconfidence.com/attraction. And they were coachable with that and all the fine details and everything that goes into, and feedback that was given to them, because one of the principles of psychology is something called cognitive blindness. Okay, so obviously you know what blindness means, but what's cognitive blindness? Well, guys, cognitive blindness is when you don't know what you don't know, when you can't see certain things about yourself. That is happening. Now, I was on the phone with a guy yesterday who, good guy, but he had a lot of cognitive blindness going on. And one way it showed up is he goes, it basically was, for the last 10 years, I can't attract the right women. They're all taken. They're all whatever. Okay. And when I hear that from a guy, it's never the circumstances. And he lives in a major metro area, by the way. And so we have the conversation. We get to, hey, it's something that you're up to. And he was also getting feedback from women that he's too aggressive. And so he was like, I guess maybe I'm too aggressive. I'm like, well, no, you probably are if they're telling you that. And so, his coachability was, because he kind of acknowledged it at first, but then he went back into all these other external reasons. And I run by the motto, we are the common point of all of our attraction. What's the common thing between all the women we attract? Well, we want to say, we can say all these women have one thing in common, but what generates that is how an individual guy is showing up, right? And so he was kind of coachable, but not really. He would come back around and go, no, it's, I need to change it up where I'm going. Maybe I need to change my style up. And I'm like, man, I don't think so. Now, I know that it's not the case, but I can't be a jerk and go, hey, no, you're wrong. Hey, you can go ahead and try it. But sorry, man, don't think it's going to work for you. Because it hasn't worked, for 10 years. And those are just very superficial changes. Not that they're not part of a strategy if a guy's going to the wrong places or he's completely disheveled in his style. But rarely is that the case of guys that reach out to me. And I'm sure you, because you have it together in your career and stuff like that, you can't show up as a slob and be succeeding in your biz or career. You just can't do it. It doesn't work that way either. So that's not the issue, right? It's always making those external excuses. But all these guys that I'm talking about here, and I'll let you know how to find out more about those in a moment, these guys and what they did specifically even. They were super wide open, and they were even super wide open to a little bit of tough love. I'm known to give some tough love at times, for sure. Ask my clients, they know, especially when they're not waking up to something. They're not really hearing, what it is I'm imparting to them and what, but more importantly than that, the thing that is absolutely in their zone of cognitive blindness, their blind spot that they can't see about themselves, that they just think is reality. Okay. It works the same for all of us. It works the same for me, for you, for even the highest level CEO like Elon Musk in the world, right? We're all human. We all have these blindnesses and stuff. So it's really fascinating. It always fascinates me, and the identity that we create, right? And so these are 3 key traits of the identity. These are must-haves, guys. You cannot become this irresistible man with women if you don't have these 3 traits, okay? I'm dead serious here. Can you tell I'm serious? Do I seem like I'm not passionate about this? Because it's important that you get this. So the second one is coachability, okay? And then again, it ties back to the first one. They're going to be decisively committed, have that decisive commitment, and iterate and implement those tweaks and changes in advice rapidly, okay? And the third, as I like to say, last but not least, is resourcefulness. These guys were all incredibly resourceful in how they came at their love lives. Now, certainly they're already resourceful and had to be successful in other areas of life, but the same resourcefulness had to be transferred and sometimes up-leveled because this was a more challenging area for them, right? So drawing on that resourcefulness. And so what does that mean? They had to put in the time and put in the energy and put in the money in the right way and all the resources necessary. And when I say money the right way and the time the right way and the energy, it's not into doing all, spending a bunch of money on women and chasing them and all that crap. No, but in the right ways that would help them get the right result. And that is every step of the way, right? Resourcefulness. That never ends. I mean, it's so well documented that even though people in life come into this world, we come into this world at different levels of resourcefulness and class and all that. Those that are most successful use their resourcefulness, and it's not the resources that determine success. Very simple case in point. Very rich children, rich children are known to become not all the time, but a lot of times have a complete nightmare of a life because they never were taught how to be resourceful. They become depressed. They may squander the fortune, but maybe sometimes they have all the fortune that never goes. But they don't become of anything necessarily. Do you know what I mean? And somebody who can come from a very down and out spot can find ways to become resourceful, and then they take resources and build resources and become wildly successful and have done that themselves, okay? And it's really fascinating. There's a guy named Gary Vaynerchuk that I follow who's a successful entrepreneur that will talk to inner city kids and go, I don't feel sorry for you guys, really. I mean, I have empathy and compassion that you guys have hard situations, but I feel sorry for the super rich kids because they're the ones who are going to squander their resources, be miserable. Most likely they are, okay? And you guys have these amazing, because you guys have to deal with stuff that's hard, you have to be resourceful. You already are resourceful in ways that these other people aren't. It's really, really fascinating, okay? So that's taking it to an extreme to make a point here, right? That you got to get resourceful. So all these ways that you look at yourself and all the excuses that you make, you're killing your resourcefulness by doing that, okay? So if you're not resourceful, you got to get on the resourceful train. You got to get on the train of all three of these traits, okay? So, and listen, if you want to learn about these guys, go to coreofconfidence.com/results, and you will see the case studies of the exact guys that I'm talking about. Look, these guys range from 30 up to 60 and 60 plus now because they've gotten older, right? Since I've helped them even directly and personally. So even late 20s, now into 30s, right? This I'm thinking of one guy in particular, okay? Cybersecurity specialist, business owner of a business that dealt with using horses to heal people and for therapy. Real estate owner broker, okay? Very successful, just chatting with this guy the other day. Independent consultants, okay? Cool, normal guys out there crushing their career biz. And then they came and flipped everything around and became irresistible. Things like approach anxiety, gone. Getting women chasing, women asking for their numbers, women asking to hang out with them, women asking and begging even to become their girlfriend, okay? Go to coreconfidence.com/results, or if you go to coreconfidence.com, there'll be a results tab. Or does it say case studies? I don't know. I had a new web guy change things over. I think it says results. But you can go to that URL, coreconfidence.com/results, and hear their own experience, talk about how they used these three traits of being decisively committed, coachable, highly coachable, and extremely resourceful. And then all the things they learned of the process in getting the help they needed to just dominate it in their love lives, and to where their friends around them were going, oh my God, what the hell happened? Not just men, but women. And then even have female friends, sometimes roommates that they were living with, start coming on to them. And they were going, oh my God, women at work, women in their business sphere, right? All of a sudden, feeling that shift in their mojo, in that irresistible vibe, and being and then magnetizing to them, okay? But they really put in the work, and they were these three traits: decisively committed, highly coachable, and really resourceful, okay? So that's what I want to talk to you guys about today. I hope that helps, as usual, per usual. And until next time, we will talk to you later. Take care.